Hello, A Day with Caleb. We're back, part two of two, in the McKay's, Knoxville. This is the second part. If you did not watch the first part, you might, for some context, want to go back and watch part one, and then come back to this video, part two. Did I say my name, A Day with Caleb? Good to be here. And we're just going to pick right back up again at the end of the video. If I get anything, we're going back to Knoxville McKay's and Chattanooga McKay's. If I get anything, that will be at the very end. If not, we'll end the video at the household. But starting with some soundtracks, I did not have the Twister soundtrack. That is incredible. This being the Van Helsing, Rusted Roots. There's some good band, Red Hot Chili Peppers. So this would be the motion picture soundtrack, but then there's a musical score. I need to get that one, but we do have one of the soundtracks, so that's great, from Twister. Then the soundtrack for the Scorpion King, that is great. I love the artwork for these. Now technically I do have this already in the collector's edition. One of the versions has a collector's edition has CD and DVD. So technically I already have this, but not in this cool artwork and stuff. And I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's the musical score or the soundtrack. But some good bands on here: POD, Nickelback, Creed, Rob Zombie, featuring Ozzy Osbourne. He just did a farewell tour not too long ago, so that's neat. Then we have Prince of Persia. I do have this on Blu-ray, but I'm getting it because it is factory sealed. And it says for the first time on PS3. That is pretty neat. Then Jack Reacher Never Go Back. This was a red box that we purchased. So it was a printed case. Not anymore. And same with this National Treasure. We had, it was an old, I think, Blockbuster DVD. So now we upgrade with the Blu-ray, and this being the collector's edition Blu-ray. I'm guessing there's more special features and stuff. I don't think it would be an extended cut or anything like that, but that is cool. I don't think this was a Disney Club exclusive, but that is neat to finally have on Blu-ray. Then technically we have this variation already, the deluxe edition of the third Mummy, but we did not have the slip. So for $1, we grabbed it. So that is very good. Then Boondock Saints we have in the DVD steelbook, but the second one is on Blu-ray, so I figured I needed the first one on Blu-ray as well. Then we have is it 5 or 6 films for Resident Evil? We have that collection also on steelbook. But this artwork on the steelbook, I decided to go ahead and get it. Look at that. It's too cool. Then Good Luck Chuck on Blu-ray. Jessica Alba, Dane Cook. And did I get his comedy special? No, I think it was Scratch. But I almost got his Dane Cook's comedy special. I have this on DVD. Decided to upgrade for $3 to have it on Blu-ray. Then this, another printed case, Underworld Blood Wars. I have the first five, I think five, and then this was the sixth. I had this separate in a printed case. The other five, I think, are also on a Blu-ray Steelbook. But this one, just DVD is fine. Well, I'll add the Blu-ray to this, but as far as the artwork, that's good enough. Then Mouse Hunt, eventually I do want to get this on Blu-ray, but right now I just have on VHS, so this is a good upgrade. Luckily they had a couple of copies, because the first one I grabbed was very much scratch. This one is mint condition. Then Flight 29 Down, Season 2. And I have not seen this out in the wild before. I have Volume 1. I don't know if that's the whole season, the first season. But now we have Season 2. And that is cool. This either came on right before Endurance or right after. On Saturday mornings. I think we would watch cartoons early in the morning, like Digimon, Monster Rancher. There were a couple shows like that, and then like this would come on after lunch. Endurance would come on. So Discovery Kids. Then later on we would watch Cartoon Network and Disney Channel. So that little nostalgia there. Then Bats, Human Harvest. Again, another printed case. And the first one we have signed by Lou Diamond Phillips. So no need to upgrade there. That is not a printed case. Then the Hardy Boys Nancy Drew Mysteries, Season 1. And this, I believe, is a re-release because Josh's is like a paper case. I don't know how you describe that, but it's not a slim case like this. It's more of a paper case. So I think just Season 1, because I think my favorite episodes are in Season 1. Oh, guest star Jamie Lee Curtis. So that's great. Used to watch these all the time. I think our local library had a set with these on it. I'm not entirely sure. Then Nicolas Cage 8mm did not have that. I thought for the longest time I had this, but I did not. A cool kind of, I guess you would categorize this as a thriller. So that is neat. The Thin Man, again another printed case. There were a couple of the Thin Man sequels. One was on Blu-ray, a little too pricey. I think it was at $18. Then the other one was on DVD, but it had the Warner Brothers Disc Rock code, so didn't want to take a chance on that. Then Book of Life, another printed case. Then this looks very interesting. Elizabeth Taylor in Night Watch. And this is a Warner Archive. So that's neat. Love Elizabeth Taylor. And this one looks really cool. The front cover here really sold me on this. It looks really, really spooky, really cool. So hopefully it's really good. Then Olympus Has Fallen. Somehow this one was a printed case, and the other two I have are just normal Blu-ray releases like this one, but somehow maybe Blockbuster or something, but now we have all three movies on Blu-ray. I think all of them are Blu-ray DVD. I'll have to check that, but good to finally have that first film of the trilogy in a regular case. Then Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2010 edition for $5. So that's great. Have probably the best version on PS1, but it's hard to get into PlayStation with the controllers. It's been a while since I've played PS1, but there's still some good games on PS1. That's why I have PS1, PS2, and PS3 still. I need to get 4, and I guess eventually 5, because I want to play. There's games, Uncharted 4, the Spider-Man films, the new Star Wars Battlefront. Well, it's not new anymore. There's a couple. I think the newest Sniper Elite is on there. Several of those, but as with all things, money, and 4's been out forever. You would think the price would come down where I could afford it, but the thing is, I don't want to pay a lot because it's been out a long time. Employee of the Month, that is a cool upgrade right there. Love Employee of the Month. Again, Dane Cook, Jessica Simpson, Dax Shepard. That is really cool. We watch this all the time with well, I wouldn't say all the time, but we do watch this with our dad occasionally. It's a really funny movie. And then we got, is this all of them? I think there's a couple more. Yeah, here we go. So we got the Alvin and the Chipmunk movies. Again, these were printed cases. We have the first one. We have the Squeakquel. Then, which was next? I think Chipwrecked was next. And then the Road Chip. Say what you will about the movies, but whoever did the titles, he was onto something there. Especially the Squeakquel. They're pretty fun films. I remember when the first one dropped, we put it on and decorated our Christmas tree because it was around Christmas time. So that's fun. Then Plane with Gerard Butler. I think they're doing the sequel now, which was initially going to be called Ship, but I think now it's going to be Plane with a subtitle. I could be wrong. If you know, let me know. But I think the original plan was to call it Ship. What would be the third one? Car? That would be hilarious. Then we have another steelbook, Inception. And I do have Inception in that Christopher Nolan set, a beautiful set. But this is also a beautiful artwork here. Then Some Like It Hot, Marilyn Monroe, this being the Criterion Collection on Blu-ray. Oh, just look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous photo here. Nice little booklet. Does it fold out? Yeah. Wow. That is pretty cool. On the back, there's some pictures of the film, throughout the film, and then that's pretty cool there. Nice little shot. Couldn't pass on that. Normally 23 is out of my price range for Criterion, but when it's one of my faves, Maryland, you just have to pull the trigger on that. Then a new release I've been wanting to get for a long time. Aaron Taylor Johnson, William Dafoe, Nosferatu. Who here has seen the original with Max Shepard, Nosferatu? They actually had a board that he was attached to that lifted him up. That's how they did that shot. So I'm really, really excited to see this version of Nosferatu. This is not the first time they've kind of, I guess, remade it. There was I think a TV show or a TV movie they did a while back in the 90s, I believe. Then Ben-Hur. This again was a printed case. We got a ton of Blu-ray discs, like a loose disc lot, from this guy, and a lot of them did not play. We had to message him back and forth. Finally, he gave us a partial refund, but a couple of the discs were Ben-Hur, so I've had a printed case on this forever. I do have the DVD set with the script, but I do want that on Blu-ray as well. Then we get to Impractical Jokers, the 7th season. If you remember, in part 1, we showed off the 6th season, so that's season 7. Jackie Chan in A Legend, and this just came out last year. So one of his more recent films. Jet Li, The Enforcer. This looks really good. I thought I had it, but I did not, somehow. Then Mirrors. I think part 1 or Chattanooga we showed Mirrors 2. So we got both of those films now. High Spirit, Daryl Hannah, Steve Guttenberg. Josh got this in Chattanooga, and I wanted a copy because it looks fantastic. So found it in Knoxville. And this is Ghost Rider 2-disc deluxe edition. I do have this extended cut with that cool Ghost Rider on the bike statue, but this comes with the production notes, which is pretty cool, and this other slip. So it's a slip and another slip, and then you have the DVD. That is crazy. Then the Kino Lorber release of Blown Away, a fantastic film. If you have not seen Blown Away, go check it out. Then I have this on VHS, so this is an upgrade. Reese Witherspoon, Cruel Intentions. And somehow I had RoboCop 1 and 3 on DVD, but not 2. So now we have all 3 on DVD. Josh found this actually, Meet the Feebles, and I guess this is the whole set here. So that looks incredible. He showed me a couple clips of this. It looks fantastic. Can't wait to check that out. Then I have seen this already on Netflix. Kraven the Hunter. And when we thought in Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Rhino on there would be the worst incarnation of a Spider-Man villain, we get another Rhino. I don't think is as bad, but pretty close to that level. And this one actually has the skin and everything. Comment your thoughts if you've seen Kraven. Let me know what you think of it. It's kind of mid-tier for me, almost to the bottom level, but there are a few things in it that are redeeming. Unlike Madam Web, which is just a complete waste of time, the voiceover work in that movie, someone got fired. I hope they got fired, because that was some bad ADR work. House of a Thousand Corpses got Devil's Rejects in Chattanooga, so now we have this one. That is fantastic. This was a good find. Lucille Ball Film Collection, The Big Streak, Critics' Choice, Dance Girl Dance, Dewberry Was a Lady, and Mammy. So 2 of these were affected by the disc rot. And I did not know they did a re-release. So that is fantastic. I thought they were lost for time. Especially The Big Streak. I really missed that film. But now we have them back. Comment down below how many studio films did Lucille Ball do. I don't think this is all of them, because she did work quite a bit before she did the Lucy show, and some of these were after too, I'm pretty sure. But comment down below. Then this is neat. The Office, the complete series box set, and that's a fantastic deal for $21 for all 9 seasons of The Office. And my OCD right now, I'll have to switch those, where 1 starts on the left and then we end with 9. But I did check all the discs. Usually the complete series sets are in these like heavy plastic things with a lock, and then at the counter you awkwardly look at the disc while they're staring at you. But this was not in a plastic case, so I did check the disc. They were minty fresh. I think whoever bought this just unsealed it and left it on the shelf. That's what it seemed like to me. But that's great. We'll sell my DVD copies to kind of recoup some of that money, even though I didn't spend much because of trade credit, which is great. And then we'll sell this as well, the DVD copies of this. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the complete series on Blu-ray. That is great. Love me some Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I wish Disney would release the movie they did. It's a pretty good movie, although I do have one exception with the betrayal of Peter Pan. If you do not know that tragic tale, the young boy who did the voice of Peter Pan, who also did Song of the South, which Disney doesn't like to talk about either, but he kind of was everywhere for Disney in all their films, and then he kind of grew up, and they kind of pushed him out. They didn't give him any more work. Then I think he came back for some anniversary or something, but he fell into like a deep depression, kind of out of work. And in the movie, they portray that if he, grew up and all that, it's just a sad, sad thing. But I would like the movie released. It's a good movie, and this is a good series. Been wanting to have this on Blu-ray for a while, so finally have it. Then we got the 3-movie collection of Deadpool. Finally have Deadpool and Wolverine. How long has that? It's been out a long time. And usually on eBay, I follow the seller who gets new releases. And he had Deadpool and Wolverine, but people just jack up the price. So I never wanted to pay, past 15. Usually on new releases, I like to be around 10. I used to have a person that sold me new releases at $10, but not anymore. So I had to pay up a little for this one, but it is the 3-film set, even though we do have the first 2 on Blu-ray already. But wanted to get the newest movie, and it is fantastic. Deadpool and Wolverine. It was good to see Wolverine back after a little mini absence there. Interested to see how he plays out in the future of the MCU, because he was with Fox. If you do not know, Marvel sold the rights of characters off to different companies. Spider-Man was with Sony. Fox had the X-Men and all the related characters, which included Deadpool. Then Disney worked with Sony. Sony still owns Spider-Man, but they're able to use him in Marvel films, and then they did buy Fox, so the X-Men coming back to Marvel, and Fantastic Four. That movie probably is out now. Well, it's a week or 2 away, I think. It's somewhere in July. But that was it. If we have pickups, we'll cut to that next. If not, I'll be back at the household and we'll do an outro there. That was Knoxville, but I think what we'll do, somehow we got more than I thought we would. So we're going to do another one. This will be what? 1 part Chattanooga, 2 parts Knoxville. So this will be the 4th part. So this video's done. Like, subscribe, share with a movie lover. Until next time, keep collecting and stay tuned to a 4th part. Sorry.